Okay, so here's the thing. I've never done this before. This is my first time making a video or anything like that, so it's a little different. I'm not a huge, I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I have recently become very obsessed with Jenkins' blog, mostly because I'm a fairly new mom. My son is a year. My story is pretty intense for a new mom. My son was born 3 months premature, so I'm a preemie mom. Thankfully, not too many people know what that's like, but unfortunately there are enough people that do know what that's like. And I started turning to mom videos to comfort my soul because they don't really tell you what you're gonna need. So I just started, I don't know, I just really wanted to laugh, you know? I just really wanted to laugh. As far as YouTube goes, before I got pregnant with my son, I was, oh my gosh, loved Jaclyn Hill. Still do. Probably my favorite beauty blogger. I was obsessed with makeup. I don't want to, no, not obsessed. I loved makeup when I was in high school. And the only skill that I really learned how to do was a shadow eye. Still not great at the cat eye, but I could pull it off if I want. But Jaclyn Hill taught me a lot about how to update or modernize my makeup, if you will. Clearly, not the case today, but that's okay. What are you gonna do? Mom life is very different than non-mom life. And they don't really tell you that before you decide to have a child. A little bit about me. I am a preemie mom. I'm pretty sure I said that before, but yeah, my son was born 3 months early. Not something that I would wish on anyone. He is, God, he is the biggest fighter I know. Oh my God, that kid's a warrior. He is a warrior. It's pretty crazy when you have a child who ends up in the NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. It's an experience that I wouldn't wish on anyone. I don't want anyone to ever know about, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Unfortunately, a lot of people understand and know what that's like. And we're pretty lucky. Liam didn't have as many issues as some of the other families that we got to know in the NICU. But we're not out of the woods yet. He's 12 months. He's almost 13 months adjusted, but he's 15 months old, or almost 16 months old. He's doing pretty amazing. Right now, my husband and I are being pretty aggressive with his care, trying to get him into every single study we possibly can, and therapies and whatnot. I've been, man, as a mom, you kind of lose your mind a little bit. And as a preemie mom, forget about it. Forget about it. I have a couple of obsessions. I love watching stand-up comedies. I need to laugh. I need to laugh, you know? I've developed a what I would consider a ridiculously dark sense of humor. because of this. And I don't know, I just need to laugh. So I watch stand-up comedies. I love, okay, so what's funny to me is that when I search for comedy, a stand-up comedy, I will look for anything that's like 2017, 2018, because quite frankly, I want to see a lot of Trump jokes. That's what I search for. I search for Trump jokes because they are hysterical, or people who talk a lot about politics, you know, because that amuses me. You need to laugh. At least I do. Yeah. So, but I don't always get that because, I don't know, maybe I'm just not looking in the right spots. There doesn't seem to be a lot of that out there, which is fine. And that's totally fine by me. Some of my favorite comedians, I love Ali Wong. She is brilliant. Love her. Izzy? Have no idea what her name is. I should look that up. Yeah. But I also like looking at YouTube videos of like mom, the Truth Bomb mom, Christina Kuzmic, I think that's how you say her name. Love her. She got me through some serious, very, very tough situations when I was in the NICU. And she still kind of checks me. You know, she's not, she helps me check myself. She's not, and she has no idea. She doesn't know the influence that she has on my life. Obviously, I mean, why would she? But I really appreciate her insight and her perspective because it's helped me be a better wife and mom, and that's been awesome. An example of that would be one of her videos. She was talking about how as women, as a gender, species, whatever you want to call it, we have a tendency to want to control things. We have a tendency to want to be efficient in ways that makes us feel like we're in control, or we have, you know, very, very specific ways of doing things, right? Well, our husbands, our partners, our spouses, our, you know, whomever, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, we oftentimes will criticize and critique their way of doing things. And if they don't do exactly what we want or how we want it or when we want it, we get snippy, we get, you know, we're not good with it. We don't necessarily respond well to it. Sometimes we get passive aggressive. Sometimes we flat out yell at them. Sometimes and other times we might not care. But I've yet to hear a lot of positive reinforcement, or, for lack of a better phrase, let it go and just let them parent. As long as they're not hurting anybody, or as long as they're not, you know, putting them in therapy in 20 years, it's going to be okay for them to do how they want to do things when they want to do things. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn, and I still have to check myself because I've been horrible with it lately. Oh my God, so horrible. Horrible. I have just been my poor husband. He has to deal with not good. Oh man, he's my poor husband. He has to put up with me. So Christina Kuzmic, long story short, Christina Kuzmic helps me check myself. I've recently discovered the Jenkins blog, and oh God, I love her. She's so creative and hilarious, and her personality, oh God, I love her personality. She really, she really identifies a lot of things that I'm constantly thinking to myself, or constantly thinking, you know what, she's not wrong. She's pretty on it. There was a video I saw of her, emulating a mom's group, which I thought was pretty on point. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where that comforts me, you know? And I have struggled with anxiety for most of my life. And when I was in the NICU, my nurses told me that it was most likely inevitable that I was going to end up with depression, postpartum depression. It might lead to, full-on depression, that kind of thing, and possibly even having PTSD. And to date, so far, I'm not positive, but I think I've had one episode of PTSD, which after having experienced those symptoms, I have to say, I'm not a horror fan. I'm not a horror movie fan, but I feel like when I had that PTSD episode, I was literally living a horror movie moment. It was disturbing. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was actually losing my mind. I felt like it was so strange. I had like this really, really weird sensation in my abdomen, and I thought that I was pregnant again, and I could feel my son kicking, which freaked me out. And then I look over at his monitor, and I didn't see my son on the monitor. What I saw was my son when he was first born under Billy lights. For those of you that aren't aware of what Billy lights are, it's what happens when your son or daughter has jaundice, and they have to put these neon lights that help remove the jaundice in the incubator. So you have this little being lit up with lights. And it can be very, very scary. It can be you might not have any feelings about it. I don't know. For me, I don't remember having a lot of feelings about it, but looking over at the monitor and not seeing my son the way he is now, but seeing him as he was in the NICU, was the most terrifying feeling I could possibly imagine. It was freaky. It was late at night, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, and my poor husband, he was trying to calm me down. I was hyperventilating, he was trying to calm me down, and I felt really bad because, we don't get a lot of sleep as parents, and I didn't want to wake him up and him have to deal with this. So I got up, tried not to make any noise, and I walked over to the window, and everything was triggering me. Everything was triggering me. Putting headphones in my ears didn't work because when we were in the NICU, we used headphones to block out the beeping or the noises of his monitors so that we could sleep. I looked out, and part of my view from our house or from our condo is a parking lot, and that triggered me. And so I ended up calling my parents, and they had to talk me down. And it took them probably a good 2-3 hours to talk me down and get me stabilized, if you will. But this is one episode, one experience that I'm not a medical professional. I can't diagnose it, but this is one experience of what could possibly be PTSD symptoms. I don't know because I've never been diagnosed with it, and this is the first experience I've ever had with it. And this was on the anniversary of his due date. Okay, so this happened on the anniversary of his due date, not on his actual birthday. Okay. So not many people would get that, I think. Maybe preemie moms, I don't know. I like to assume that I'm not alone in that, and that my preemie moms would get that. But at the same time, if that experience, that little taste, that minuscule taste, is anything of what veterans or anyone with serious trauma goes through on a regular basis. I have so much respect for you being able to handle that and deal that, or just that is the scariest like I can't even, that is probably the most intense thing. It's the most intense thing. It's just, if you have PTSD symptoms, or if that is PTSD, or if you've had those symptoms before, I'm so sorry. That's not even enough. That's not even remotely. I don't think there's a lot. We're starting to become aware of a lot of things in this country. But that's some pretty intense stuff. If we have people in this country, veterans, doctors, people with abusive backgrounds, that's all this trauma in this country. There's so many more that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Awareness needs to be brought to that, because you can't function. You can't function if you don't get help. You can't function if you can't get through it, or if you can't get medicated for it, because I don't know about you, but I never, ever, 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 ever want to experience anything like that ever again. You can't function like that. About 6 months after we brought my son home, I started getting in my head and losing my mind and feeling like I could not handle anything. I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling freaked out. I felt like I had been in a battle in the NICU with everything, and I'd been fighting, and I never gave myself the time mentally to deal with any of it. And after we came home, and after he started getting better and acting more like a regular baby that my husband and I could take care of, and just I don't even know if the word normal is a reality here or not, but it all kind of came crashing down. I felt like I was drowning. I felt like I was having all these emotions just drown me. Emotions I'd never dealt with, emotions I'd never acknowledged or realized or even knew existed. And I was losing it. People say, the phrase losing my mind. Sometimes I don't know if people do, but I know that I do. Usually as something that's just a phrase that you use. That shit is real. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not. I threw myself into therapy. After a couple months of that, and it wasn't quite going as fast as I needed it to, because I don't really have time for this. I need to get my shit together and be, or try to be a good mom, try to be a good wife, try to, figure this whole, mom life, this whole stay-at-home mom thing, try to figure that out. I am now on meds, thankfully, which keep me, I want to say, in a stable foundation. I have a therapist, I have a support group, and of course I have, things online or whatever that I can connect with. Mom life is crazy. Being a stay-at-home mom is it's so insane. Oh my god, it's so insane. I don't know how we have functional women in society right now. I really don't. There are some women on this planet who were born to be moms. I am not one of them. But I do have two people that come to my mind that are natural moms. Um, one of which is one of my best friends. Her name is Stephanie. I won't say her last name for privacy purposes. But she is my role model mom. She's one of my role model moms. And she has so much maternal instinct in, like, teeny tiny... Focus. Okay, so that fingernail right there in my fingernail, she has more maternal instinct in this teeny tiny little fingernail than I have in my entire being. She's phenomenal. As a mom, she is phenomenal. She does everything for her kids. And she's been through hell and back. She is beyond amazing. She's beyond amazing. She looks amazing. She is just... If there was one woman on this planet that I would say is role model mom, it would be Steph. And, you know, another person that I can think of is my sister. She and I are complete opposites, like 180 opposites, but she is an amazing mom. She puts so much of her effort and her soul and her energy into being a mom, and I don't know how she does it. What I love about how my sister did, my sister's kid, he's 3 months older than my son, but he's a term baby. So, I mean, he's hitting milestones, he's on it, he's cleaning, she's got him doing chores, and got him, you know, using the mop and the brush, the brooms, and, you know, I'm amazed at how well she's handled it, and how well she's adapted to it, and it's amazing to me how she's done that. A couple other women that I want to take a shout out to, I have this cousin who, you know, she was born in Preemie. She's a former 25-weeker. But she's what I would consider a role model for, like, a mom who has a career. She's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So ridiculously intelligent. What's actually kind of funny is that, so my husband is, he's an intellectual, very, he's brilliant, right? He's brilliant. Whole family's brilliant. Like, everybody's brilliant. It took me years to be able to catch up with the Einsteins, you know? And they're all just, I love their intellect. Their intellect is just amazing. And I couldn't understand or keep up with my cousin, if you will. And now that I've been around, you know, my husband's family as much as I have, I can understand her better. Who knew? Education needs education. But another shout out would be to my sister-in-law. Oh my God. What can't she do? She's amazing. She is amazing. And she has so much skill and talent. So much skill, so much talent, and she's so brilliant. Wow, she's just, and she's so humble about it too. She's so humble about it, and she has like this really quiet, I almost want to say graceful confidence that's just amazing. She is, like, she knows what you need. She knows what you need. Whatever you need, she knows it. And she does it, and she does it so effortlessly, and it's so amazing. Just, I don't even know. I mean, like, there's so much I could tell you about her. She's incredible. There are, oh, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are probably a good 5 or 6 women that I really, really look up. Everyday women that I look up to, that I admire, that, you know, I have as a role model for X, if you will. But my sister-in-law is just, she's brilliant. She works for the government. She's just, she's an amazing person. She's so kind and so humble and so giving. And the thing that drives me crazy is I want to be able to give back to her what she's given to me, and I can't seem to, because what she's given me is so much more than I can give her. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to pay her back or give her back what she's given me. And she just keeps doing it. She just keeps doing it. It's like, girl, let me catch up with you. But I don't know if that will ever happen. So here's hoping for that one. Another one that I want to give a shout out to, one of my best friends, Julia. She is brilliant. She's sassy, and she's direct, and she's got the biggest heart. Huge heart. And she's that friend that will tell you to your face the truth. She won't sugarcoat it. She's not going to sugarcoat anything. She's not going to tell you little white lies because it's going to make you feel better. She's going to tell you the truth. She's going to be the person that you call at like 2 o'clock in the morning because you're drunk and you're feeling emotional and vulnerable. And she's so good. She'll dissect it, and she'll analyze it, and she'll translate it back into English for you so you can understand what's going on in your head. She'll be the one that when you walk out of a dressing room wearing something, she'll be like, what is happening here? Why is this happening? No, just no. No. You've been cut off. You get to go back into that dressing room. I will finish this for you. Thank you. You're done. Like, I love that. She's just so great. Everybody needs a friend like that. Everybody needs a friend who's going to tell you straight up what's going on. And she's good at what she does. She's really good at what she does. She cares so much about everybody. She will give you the shirt off her back. Literally. Like, she might not, even if she is struggling, if she were on welfare, she would not care. She would give you her welfare stamps. You know, I mean, if she made $1 million, she'd give her entire wealth to charity. That's just who she is as a person. She's so ridiculously giving. She is amazing. But she tells it like it is. She makes you think. She makes you think about your choices, about who you are as a person. And that to me is priceless. I realized I've rambled on for 28 minutes. And I am a person that nobody knows on social media, which, you know, we'll see if that changes. I'm making a video to, oh, I look like I'm naked. Okay. Not the best look for me, but, figuring this out. As I said before, I'm not a YouTuber. I've never been a YouTuber. I watch random videos. Yeah, that's my jam. That's my thing. My jam. Okay, it's gonna need a little bit of work. But I'm just kind of curious. You know, like, I have a rather intense, odd life story. Most people do. But it was recommended to me by my therapist and by a few of my friends that maybe I should start something, a channel, some videos, just to kind of see what people thought, just to kind of see what happened. Yeah. I love politics. Who knew that? My God. Okay, so I'm in my 30s, early 30s. Hopefully you weren't able to tell that. I'm not wearing any makeup, so you might be able to tell that. Slash, people might be asking me if I'm in my 40s, and if that happens, I am going to cry. But I'll deal with it. It's fine. Slash, get Botox or lipo or something. Or just, I don't know, maybe put on makeup or take a shower. My son's asleep right now, so, oh my gosh, I should take a shower. That would be a great idea. And do my hair. Regular shampoo and conditioner, not dry shampoo. Yes. Um, ooh, and do the eyebrows because that's gonna drive me crazy. And yeah, this is just the yeah. I will fix this. I promise. I will fix this. Um, but yeah, my interests include politics. I'm pretty okay. Despite what my age generation has said, I am a millennial, but I have discovered that I am literally well, I am down the middle when it comes to politics. I'm very liberal, but I do have some conservative values. Yeah, I'm a preemie mom who deals with that kind of thing. Um, I am battling and dealing with anxiety and depression. Woohoo! Yes! Loving that. Um, I am a hot mess mom. I am a... What was the word I used the other day? I am a modern but low maintenance mom, as is a parent. Working on that. Working on that. It's a work in progress. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have a whole bunch of different, likes, dislikes, that kind of thing. I do love makeup, and actually my entire bathroom is Sephora.com. Um, and I promise if it's, something that's requested or whatever, I will, whether or not it's requested, I promise to not look like this the next time I feel something, if I have the time. Here's the thing, if I have the time. Yeah, and, Star Wars fan, but oh my god, don't get me started on, The Last Jedi or Solo. I haven't seen Solo yet because, quite frankly, I feel like the last couple of Star Wars movies haven't been that great, and not liking it. Not liking it. Also a huge Marvel fan, but not gonna lie, I have some strong opinions about the last Marvel movie. I'm not happy. Not happy. Pretty sure that some would understand my views on that, but we'll see if anybody even cares. So whatever. Um, but yeah, Star Wars, Trekkie. Do love Star Trek because how can you not? Kind of obsessed. No, I'm obsessed with Marvel. You know. How I Met Your Mother. Why not? Yes, I'm a Friends nerd. Grew up in the 90s, so kind of all about that kind of stuff. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, so I have a... Oh, and I love baking and cooking. And I get kind of like little obsessions about baking stuff and cooking. I became really, really obsessed